The sides I saw when I read for the audition looked to me like Dr. Anton had probably the ideal job. He was out in the middle of the woods where nobody could bother him. He had his laboratory perfectly set up there where he could do his research. It seemed like an interesting start to an excellent production.
So Roy plays like a typical soldier, kind of macho guy, has some attitude, but he's definitely a soldier and determined to accomplish the mission.
He loves being a soldier. Him and Romeo are very close. He respects him, follows orders when he's told orders, but he's also an a-hole. And if he knows that somebody's not on his level, you know, he'll kind of pick on them and you know, poke fun at them whenever he can for his own self-enjoyment. So that's Dominic in a nutshell.
He's an uptight soldier who is a leader of a small ragtag squad. He is actually by the book, although he doesn't always stay that way throughout, as you may see later on. He knows how to be out there in the woods, and he was actually surprised that he's not the only one who could do such things.
Lizzie is, she is abandoned. She's adopted, so she's looking for connection a lot. She's really grateful that she has family. Yeah, she is really all about connecting with people and surviving.
Sydney lost her parents when she was young, so it definitely has an effect on her outlook on the rest of the world outside of the fence. She takes on a caretaker role for Sam, who's kind of seen as her nephew. She watches out for him, so she does have a loving soul there. She's sort of Lizzie's medical assistant whenever someone gets hurt or needs some bandaging.
He wants adventure. You know, it's like really easy for me to relate to him personally because like in one of the episodes I can remember he was playing with a gun, or a fake gun, and he was pretending to play James Bond, and I always grew up watching James Bond. So it's super easy to know what he thinks and how he's gonna like survive, how he would survive in this situation.
Mary's a mother and a wife. I would say that there's nothing quite as vulnerable or as dangerous as Mary Taylor. She's got way more to lose, she feels, than anybody else. She doesn't want anything to threaten her family, hurt her child, come between her husband and her.
Father and husband, and he basically came to this community with his wife Mary several years ago, both survivors, fixes vehicles, goes out on patrols and so forth. Pretty stand-up guy, a little standoffish. He gets along with everybody, but he kind of keeps to himself with his family.
Lauren's been running around out there for about a year. He's trying to search out for a certain group of people. Throughout his journey, he gets kind of beat up, kind of banged up. But once he runs across our community of survivors, he's brought in, and it's pretty confusing for him, for our community that finds him, just because nobody's really sure what's going on.